Just about ready to go. Pitching in our game today, Matthew Liberator.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Next pitch is outside. And that one upstairs. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
3-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Trey Turner at the plate. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. Ripped to third and caught. And time now for the Phillies lineup. And a big part of it, a guy with a great track record, Bryce Harper.
Boog, if I'm the manager, this is the guy I want at the plate with the game on the line. I mean, he's just so special in these situations. The best of the best, man, they find a way to visualize those big moments well in advance, and they just slow everything down when they get into that situation. They come to the plate with a plan, they've studied the pitcher, and they just seem to execute a lot more than the average guy. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
Just missed. 2 out, space is empty. He gets there with the slide. Throw to first, and they get the out. Phillies down in order. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. There's no score. You're dialed into the show. Back here in St. Louis, and on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Zach Wheeler.
Well, that 12-6 curveball explodes out of the hand, and because he's able to throw the high fastball at the top of the strike zone for a strike, hitters commit to that pitch, and before they know it, they're swinging over the top of that curveball.
And there's a foul ball. 0-1. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And a quick out, number 1. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
Inside, just missed. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And you know, if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever, if they do at all.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Baker at first, one gone. This one in the dirt. To second, but way too late. Safe there. Baker into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And there's a ball. Runner at second here, one gone. That's to third. Boom. And Contreras is retired. Here's Nolan Arenado.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that'll fall for a base hit. Baker rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
And here it comes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Real Muto up with it. Fires to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. Schwarber measures 6 feet even, 230 pounds, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got a leadoff double.
Wastes no time there. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now the right fielder, Nick Castellanos. Man at second. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Makes the grab, 1 away. Max Kepler at the plate. First pitch misses.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. And there's 2 away. Caught in between, trying for third now. Tag, and he's out. Trying to get back, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Phillies 0. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. Wheeler back to work. And a foul ball. 0-1 now. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss. And quickly one away in the second.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And here is Pedro Pajes. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one.
0-1's the count.
There's a strike. Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
2 outs, base is empty. Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott. Just missed. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, Boog, they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level. So when you respect that, I think over time you can develop a relationship with them.
2 down, nobody on. And that misses off the outside edge.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
And he takes a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
And that clips the inside corner.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Fly ball down the line. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Not in time. He's safe.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
Now it's the shortstop, Thomas Sajazi. There's the strike. Yeah, that's fouled off. And he chases that one. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. No runs, 1 hit, a double, no errors, and 1 man left. End of 2 here at Busch Stadium. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Phillies nothing. Back here at Busch Stadium. And now the catcher comes up to him. JT Realmuto. And that one is lifted in the air. Newt Barr on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Backed off the plate that time. One down, Phillies down a run. Just missed. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
Tying run is at first. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Miss for the strikeout. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
Drops into the glove, and that is that. Phillies strand one, still behind by a count of 1-0. Back here in St. Louis as we go to the last of the third. Now it's going to be Lars Nootbaar. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Stop. Takes it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down. So digging in, Luken Baker. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Foul ball.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
That one ripped. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Oh, great stop. There's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 3 innings complete. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Phillies 0. On to the 4th. Here's Turner now. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can forget it. He'll touch them all. And we're level. It's 1-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And now it's Bryce Harper to the plate. The first overall pick back in 2010. And he grounds one to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Doubled his first time up. In the air, left side. Nootbaar sizes this one up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there are 2 down. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. First time up was a pop out. Way inside. And that is out of play. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Top half of inning number 4. Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. All even now at 1-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in St. Louis, here's Nolan Arenado.
Boog, here's someone that loves playing at home, and who can blame him? His numbers are historically better, and he's already 1 for 1 out of the chute.
Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Fastball is outside.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Next pitch misses way outside.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Left field, Kepler on his way over, puts it away for the out. Brendan Donovan next up for the Cardinals. 0 for 1 so far. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at bat?
Swing and a foul straight back. One down, base is empty. Grounder off the pitcher. In there safely. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
One gone, runner at first. And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Swing and a foul straight back. Donovan, the base runner at first with one out. Strikes him out, went with the sweeper, and it worked.
Well, he went up there trying to be aggressive, that's for sure, hacking at those first two pitches, but clearly that last one fooled him. He could have been sitting on something else entirely, but you want to be able to adjust on 0-2 and at least get a swing off when it's in the zone. Maybe choke up, maybe spread out your stance a little bit. You got to give the guy credit on the mound, though. He went right after it.
Ball, that's out.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Just missed.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
So now 2 on and 2 outs. First and second, 2 outs. Scott, the next to hit, doubled his first time. Fastball for a strike at 95.
0-1. Ball.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
First and second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Now batting Max Kepler. Kepler in his 9th season, 32 years old, and he was born in Germany. Popped up foul territory behind the plate. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Here comes Real Muto. Fly to left his first time. Bounced up the middle. Sajazi gets it to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. And here comes Alec Boehm. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Makes the catch, and that's the 3rd out. Down quickly go the Phillies. Still tied 1-1. And we're back. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Thomas Sajazi. Wheeler back to work. Fought off foul.
You know, these Cardinals just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
The 0-1. Foul ball there.
And on the mound, you know, confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. So the lineup flips over. Lars Nootbaar next up for the Cardinals. 0 for 2 in this one. And he pumps it a strike.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
And a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. This one in the air. Makes the grab. 2 down. Luken Baker next up for the Cardinals. He's 2 for 2. That one fouled off. He swings and fouls one off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We're through 5. All tied 1-1. Back here at Busch Stadium. Start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Brandon Marsh. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
You know, these Phils, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. They're swinging at a lot of first pitches, and they've given away 7 outs as a result. They might just want to consider a more patient approach.
Next pitch misses inside. It's a ball and 2 strikes. See ya. Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
So the Philly batting order turns over. This is Bryson Stott. Ground ball left side. And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single.
Boog, that's staying within his game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now he's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing it.
Runner takes off. Strike in there. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. And that one in the air center field. He's got it. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline. Safe at third. Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Matthew Liberatore out of the game, and a nice effort out of him, no doubt. New arm coming on. We'll be back for that in a moment.
Now
So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Sonny Gray.
Well, home runs have been a problem this year. Not doing a great job keeping the ball in the yard so far this season. So we'll see if that factors in.
And now here is Harper. He's grounded out a couple of times. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one is back. Tattooed and gone. He circles the bases. It's 3-1. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So 2 down. Here's a big power threat, Kyle Schwarber, and there's a foul ball. Swings through that one for strike 2. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. JoJo Romero, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Leahy also throwing. Up the middle. Handles, throws to first, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here in St. Louis, well, we go bottom 6. Here comes Wilson Contreras. Just off the inside edge. Swing and a miss. And 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And there's the strike. And the sweeper misses.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out with number 9 for him in this game. 9.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Arenado in the box again. Takes a strike. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. 1 down, base is empty. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. That one misses, and it's 2-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Donovan in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering is in for a strike. And a foul ball. 2 outs. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And downstairs.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side for the second time today.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here in St. Louis, top of inning number 7. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Just missed. And another ball. And that's in for a strike. That one is absolutely belted. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double.
That was loud contact and a no-doubt double off the bat. I didn't know it was going to land in the bullpen, though, and he's really improving his accuracy out there. It's almost like he tried to do it.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's the left fielder, Max Kepler. Up the middle. Whips it to first. That's the first out at the top of the 7th. Here's JT Realmuto. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, third baseman Alec Bohm.
And now it's Alec Bohm, 1 for 2. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
0-1's the count.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
And that one is inside.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
One and 2 here.
2 balls.
Squirts
2
away
strikes.
a little bit. The 2-2 now. To the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. No throw, and they don't get an out on the play. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1.
Cut on and lifted in the air. And that's the 3rd out. Phillies leave a couple as the lead remains 3-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. Swings and misses. That's strike one.
0-1
So
the count.
impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Fouled off. He was late. Here's the 0-2. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And there's one down.
Bill, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Pajes in the box with one away as he takes ball one. Next offering is fouled back. The Phillies holding on to a 2-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Out to short. Turner sends it to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now up for St. Louis, Victor Scott. And that's in there for strike one. Swing and a miss.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And takes low for ball one. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half. So they make short work of him there. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Phillies 3 and the Cardinals 1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. JoJo Romero.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. 1 for 3. Clips the outside corner. It's 0-1.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Swing and a ground ball. Sajazi throws across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Trey Turner. He's already homered here in this one. Romero in his 5th season, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2016. First pitch, and he just misses. Action in the pen down there. Andre Palante getting ready to go. Late with the swing there.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Walker makes the play, and there's 2 down. So here is Bryce Harper. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
On the ground to the left, Arenado sends it across to first. Harper retired. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Phillies 3 and the Cardinals 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Carlos Hernandez.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
High fly ball out into left center field. And there's 1 down. So up next, Lars Nootbaar. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a foul out of play. That one at triple digits.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That's outside. 1-2 the count. The Phils leading by 2 here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And here is Luken Baker. And that misses.
Inside.
Ball 1. And another ball. Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Right down the chute, and the count is 2-2. This one high in the air to left center. Kepler makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Back here at Busch Stadium, we go to the 9th. So here's the Phillies DH. Kyle Schwarber. Romero back to work. In the air, left field, down the line, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now the right fielder, Nick Castellanos. That one way inside. Schwarber stands at second with no outs. Next offering is fouled back. Outside low, And the count is even 2-2. Line drive, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
So runners at the corners. Nobody out. Now the left fielder, Max Kepler. That one missed.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Runners on the corners, no outs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the dirt, blocked. No advance. Good job behind the dish. This one in the air. Arenado gets under it. He makes the grab. 1 away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
It'll bring up JT Realmuto. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. And that one fouled off. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Foul ball, still 0-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well done. Drives in the run. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Jojo Romero departs. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So they turn things over to the righty, Kyle Leahy.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
First and second, 1 out. And digging in for Philadelphia, Alec Bohm. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
Back-to-back singles. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Now Brandon Marsh. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Oh, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
And the 1-0. Fastball for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Andre Palante preparing to come on if needed. So they're all loaded up. That missed by a lot. 2 balls and a strike.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That one fouled off, 2-2. And a ground ball to first. 1 and 2nd. He's out. Back to first. Not in time.
Well, it's always a tough double play to try to turn right there, and the hitter knows that. He's going to hustle all the way up the first baseline to prevent it. Nice job of getting that run across.
Here's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. Hard of the order, 3, 4, 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Phillies 5 and the Cardinals 1. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jordan Romano.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Here's Contreras now. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Late on that fastball.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting, because of tendencies, a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. Swings and misses, and there's 1 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Fly ball to right. Reaching down and makes the grab. 1 out left for the Cardinals. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Brendan Donovan. Gets the outside corner with that one. Just missed.
Nope, outside.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The Redbirds down to their final strike. And that's downstairs and outside. Sends it to center, and that's going to do it. And that is the ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.